My name is John Rice. I'm the head football coach at Eisenhower High School in Rialto, California. Today we're going to be showing you a complete running back drill package for any offense. First thing we're going to talk about is planning and executing drills for all positions. The first thing we want to do is determine the specific skill that we're trying to perfect, the skill that we see in the game. Question to ask ourselves is, does the drill incorporate one skill or more than one skill? In other words, should I teach component parts of this drill separately, individually, and then build and put them together into one drill? Second, we need to develop a progression to teach and perfect the drill. Number one, let's assume we're going to take a running back handoff for the inside zone and break off a defensive lineman. That would involve three skills. The first step would be to introduce or rep skill A, which is taking the proper approach steps for the running back. We would introduce and rep that skill only. Then to build, we would introduce skill B, which would be to take the proper handoff, forming the pocket and squeezing the ball. So then we would teach the proper steps and taking the handoff. And then skill C would be to read the lineman to the play side of the zone and break opposite his technique. So then we would rep skill A, B, and C, the steps, the handoff, and cutting opposite the lineman's technique. If we take this approach in our drills, they're going to be more effective and they're going to help us do better in the skills we're trying to put together. The next thing we need to make sure that we do is to introduce the drill to the participants in a specific manner so that everybody understands and we get the best benefit out of the drill. We clearly want to demonstrate each step and technique of the drill. We want to show the participants and not tell. If we do this, we can save a lot of headaches and wasted time. We want to set up the drill, the other participants in the drill, their roles, reactions, and expectations, so that when we run the drill, we teach them how to participate, to switch roles. Then we want to demonstrate well thought out drill rotation for the participants. Number four, we want to determine the drill mode to be taught during practice. Is it going to be teaching mode, half speed, or full speed? And then we want to give relevant and meaningful feedback either on the run during the drill or in practice review sessions. The next thing we want to do is make sure when we have a drill, we want to get the most meaningful repetitions as possible. Instead of having one or two players benefit in the drill and have other players stand around, we're always trying to find ways to maximize our teaching and learning. And so here's an example of having three running backs set up with three linemen and three defensive linemen. And this is a simple drill, but if we set up 3 repetitions at once, we can get 3 times the work, 3 times the feedback. For example, the running back cuts off the offensive lineman's block, the defender sheds a block and goes and makes a tackle. And this way we can get 3 reps instead of 1, and we can coach on the run and more kids can get some benefit out of the drills. All right, the running back drills that we teach in the progression are 5 different areas, and we'll start out with agility drills. We have several drills here. We have an active warm-up. An active warm-up, what we're trying to work on here first is our ball security, keeping the ball tucked tightly to our body with our fingers over the edge of the ball as we have here switching. It's not a race. We want them to go slow to get a good stretch in their quads, keep their shoulders up. We want to turn them around and go the other way. Again here, about halfway through, we're going to switch. As in the middle of a run, we want to keep the ball tight, our head and shoulders up, good forward body lean. When we go back, coach is going to work on high knees as our next progression. We're trying to work at a forward body lean at the waist. Halfway through the drill, we're going to switch, as we did here. We want our head and eyes forward, shoulder lean, shoulder square. Again, going back, we want to make a smooth transition to the other hand with high knees and work on ball security. The third thing we're going to do is turn our hips and work a karaoke, and we want to work on smooth ball transition halfway through the drill. Working our quick hips, quick feet, head and eyes forward. One of the things coach will do that we've done is put a coach in the front of the drill over here and flash numbers every few steps and have them focus on something upfield while they're switching the ball. Again, if coach was in the next progression, he would be standing over here in front of number 3 about halfway down, and he would flash a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1, and the players would have to keep their eyes up and focus on calling out the numbers. The next thing we want to work on is a series of ball drills. Everybody has different bag drills that they use. We're going to use these for agility. Most of them we're going to keep our ball with. Right here we're working on planting. He's doing a fantastic job of planting on the outside foot and not crossing over. Good job getting up the field. Again, plant and drive, plant, redirect, plant, redirect, plant, redirect. Now this is not an L cut as in a zone. This is an open field cut. Again, we're going to face the coach here and go high knees, focus on catching the ball, changing direction, and coming through. Again, high knees. We use the very high bags on purpose here. We want to emphasize high knee action. These are not little steppets. These are big sausage bags. Again, we're working on high knees, rapid arm fire, foot fire, and focus. The last time they want to catch the ball, turn and get up the field. Again, high knees has to be a second nature type thing. When we come back, we're going to go laterally across. Halfway through, we're going to switch directions in traffic. Turn the opposite way. A smooth transition, we're looking for agility. We want to switch the ball to the other hand, which some of these kids didn't do. If coach isn't doing it in this progression, we would do that next. The next thing we want to do is called popcorn. It's a fun drill we have where the players are working on agility and catching the football. Coach is going to throw them as many balls as he can while they're moving laterally. They like to challenge the coach, try to catch every ball. If they can catch 5 in a row, coach says they're doing a good job. We're working on lateral movement over here, not clicking our feet, keeping our head and eyes up. We don't want to cross over, and we want to stay on this line right here. A little warm-up drill that we do to keep their hands and eyes ready to go. As you can see, it's pretty challenging. Some of the kids aren't as good as moving their feet and staying lateral, and some are really good at it. Now, the second time through, sometimes he'll have 2 footballs and he'll increase the pace of the drill. This time he's got 2, and he's throwing the ball a little bit farther, so they have to work a little bit harder. Bags and cans is our next drill. Agility and demeanor in traffic. What do we want them to look like? This drill, we're trying to get them to be able to turn their hips in traffic after they get through the line of scrimmage. They want to turn their hips. That's what they're simulating. They get to the second level of the defense, and they have to get around traffic and around blocks. To use their hips, to use lateral steps. They're through the line, they're behind some blockers, they have to get through traffic. They're using lateral movement to accomplish that. And that's what this drill is working. High knee drill is a little bit different than we ran last time. This is just one in the hole. We would start our progression off with this. Coach will progress to stand over here by this cone off to the side and flash the numbers with his fingers so that the backs have to keep their head and eyes up. Again, we're going to work this drill with really high bags. We want them to get high knee action. Here again, some of the running backs are looking down to the ground. We want to get coach over here the next progression again and flash them some numbers. We want their head and eyes up, looking downfield into traffic, anticipating what their cuts are going to be. We have some ladder drills that we use like everybody else. Ropes or ladders. Ladders take less time to set up than cones, and also less injuries than the old style ropes. But we're trying to work quick foot fire, crossing over on breaks. Again, we want to plant and drive toward the direction we're going without clicking our heels. We're working on quick change of direction. We want to keep our head and eyes up. Again, a good way to progress this drill is to have a coach over on this side at the end with flashing numbers. Just a quick 2 or 3 times to force the players to keep their eyes up. Again, this is a stick it drill. We're trying to stick our both feet in the pocket right here. Again, and a good progression is to get a coach on the opposite side. Here is a zigzag drill. We're trying to plant and drive, not crossing over. We want to plant and push that off drive foot in the direction that we're going at 45 degrees. We want to use rapid hand movement. This player right here is a new running back. He's not used to moving his hands. He was a tight end. There you have some guys getting some good rapid hand fire and arm fire. Again, the next progression would be to have a coach over here at the end of the drill flashing numbers. Plant, drive at 45, quick arm movement, quick foot movement. Want to get his hands moving a little bit. He's a little bit better going back. Here, this is a stick it, 1 foot stick it drill. We want to teach him to plant and be able to drive off the foot. Here it is to the right. Again, we want to get their head and eyes up after they get good at this drill so that they're looking over here. You can have the coach stand right over here and flash numbers to them. Again, we're going back the opposite direction. You can see some of the players here just starting this drill really have to keep their head down. He's a little bit better keeping his eyes up. So is he. You could use this drill to flash footballs to them to keep them alert and toss footballs as we did earlier in the drill, the popcorn drill.